So, one thing that's been really bothering me lately is how adults, especially working adults, go into so much debt. So much debt in the sense that they try to like own property, buy a house, buy a car, just do like a bunch of things that I know it's typically common and a lot of people do it nowadays, like adults buying a car, buying a house, um, trying to marry, trying to have children, um, needing to pay for like insurance for like your health, your house, um, maintaining all everything all at the same time. But I think the most common thing I notice is that like everyone's just like stressed, trying to like work, trying to pay these bills, and then wait till the weekend just to have fun. I don't know. It really bothers me because, you know, as I'm gonna start working full time in a couple months later this year, it's like I don't want to fall into that trap. I think my parents, other adults, society in general, it's an expectation that they place on all of us young workers. So like I me person like me for example, I'm a Gen Z and um I noticed like recently people are saying that Gen Z is now like um Gen Z is growing up, Gen Z is growing old, this and that. And it's true. I mean, Gen Z is a large spectrum of ages. It's probably around like I think ages of like 13 to 29 as of today, as of this year. It's quite a big range. Like, I mean, I think the older side of Gen Z, they're the ones that really like saw the effects of technology and like devices like taking over our lives. Like I could clearly still remember like being a child in like elementary school, just watching TV, playing outside, um playing with like regular toys, not having like a phone or iPad, you know. But I think middle school was when the shift started to happen. That was like one phase of the shift, and then it really got worse when high school came around, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that stuff, being so heavily reliant on my phone and my laptop, especially like using my laptop for like school assignments and stuff. And then it got way worse during COVID. I think COVID was like the worst time when you people really felt like technology and devices taking control of their lives. So Gen Z has seen it all. Now us Gen Z, now we're just gonna work in the workforce, and you know we're gonna enter the lab, the offices, the work environment with like millennials, Gen X, and boomers like telling us, oh, this is the new lifestyle. This is what adults are supposed to do. This is what's expected of you. I don't know. People tell us that Gen Z is lazy. While that may be true for some people, I honestly feel like Gen Z do see like the changes, like the BS that's been like being fed to us. And like I think we're starting to realize that hard work doesn't necessarily equate to like more money, more success. Like there's a lot of people that would just work so much of their day and then just come home tired and not being able to like pursue their hobbies, interests and passions. And that's honestly really unsettling to me because if you think about it, it's like if a human lives on average like 75 to 80 years of their life until they die, it's like you basically spend like 2/3 of your life, um, probably 2/3 or like 75% of your life just working, trying to make money just to pay off bills, to try to buy stuff that you're trying to impress people with. But at the end of the day, it's like you're just doing it for validation. Is this really something that like you really want to do for yourself? What this is the life that you want? And it's really bothering me, you know. Um, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing that you find in a lot of YouTube videos, people talking about this and that. But I mean, from what I'm seeing online, it's like I feel like we're in a day and age where people are starting to become more open about talking about it. Um, Shout out to this YouTube channel called American Truth Bomb. If you haven't searched up American Truth Bomb and watched his videos yet, you gotta check his channel out right now and watch his videos. This guy is 59, and like um he sounds pretty genuine when he's talking about his, talking about experience of like working the, I guess, the middle class working man life in America. And it's sad because America, it's like you're trying to gain as many opportunities as you can to be successful, live a happy life in the land of the free. But now it's like just a dream. It's not, it's like barely attainable. I mean, obviously it's like attainable, but it's like so much harder than it was back then. Like back then, things were like, in my opinion, more simple. People could buy a house easily, people could find a job easily. People like will go to school and that's basically enough to like get a high paying job, or at least like get a job that like would be able to satisfy everything you need to maintain a healthy lifestyle. But now it's like you go to college, you get a job, but it's like people need to do multiple things. People need to like get these side hustles. People need to like fight. People feel the need to fight their way to like um up fight their way up to climb the social ladder and corporate ladder just to make ends meet. And it's freaking sad, bro. Like I sound ridiculous right now. I just woke up. But I woke up with just like this insane need to address this. Even though a lot of people say this already. I don't know. It's really disheartening. Like I would just see my parents like come home from work and like they're so exhausted. I remember 10 years ago, like when they would come home from work, like I don't know, they weren't as stressed. Like 10 years ago isn't that much. Oh, it is a lot of time, but it's like if you compare it to like, I don't know, decades ago, multiple decades ago or a century ago, it's very like much small. But 10 years is a lot of difference in terms of like the economy, because 10 years ago, like bills weren't that high. I feel like life wasn't that stressful. People weren't so like taking over like technology, social media, and the social media like influencing people like, oh, you need to go on this vacation, you need to experience life, go travel, you need to like do these things, like follow these skills in demand. But I don't know. At the end of the day, all that is just noise. All that is just like a way for people to compare themselves amongst each other. And I think it's just so toxic because um when you have a society and people that like just want to constantly compare themselves, I feel like people are just never going to find like self-fulfillment in their own lives. And it's just so sad, man. Like I don't want to live like this. I'm talking way too fast in this video, but yeah, it's just been bothering so much, and I'm definitely gonna talk more about this in my videos. I guess maybe like this is something that I would like to dive more deep into. But yeah, thanks for staying with me, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.